Hello, this video goes in the theme of digital game-based learning. I chose a video game as an example, and I'm going to talk about how we can implement it for classroom use. So I'm going to introduce this game first, then I'm going to talk about my gameplay experience. I'm going to justify why I chose this game. I will offer suggestions for classroom use, and finally, I will talk about how it's related to some of the readings and pre-existing literature. So without further ado, the game I chose is called Rocket League. It's a sports racing genre game. It was released in 2015. It's very popular. There are currently more than 90 million active players in 2023. It's popular in the esports community. There are tournaments where you can win hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're good enough at this game. Um, so I'll leave this video of a recorded gameplay that I prepared. My gameplay experience with this game. I personally find it very fun and competitive. If you want it to be, you can also play with just play casual games, but I enjoy competition, so I like it. It's also fast paced. Normal games last 5 minutes. I forgot to explain that it's a soccer kind of game, except instead of human players, you have cars. I personally like soccer, so that's another reason for why I like this video game. And also the cars can act like rockets, so that's extra fun. The game is pretty stable and consistent, so even when they make updates, they are usually cosmetic updates. They never change the physics of the game, so even if you stop playing for weeks or months, you can just get back to it and pick up where you left, which is also something that I like. Now, to justify why I picked this game, first of all, it's free to play, so anyone can download it and just start playing, and they will never have to pay a single dollar at any point. Um, it's also cross-platform, so you can play it on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo. It's not a very graphics requiring game, so even a mediocre computer can handle it. And you can play with players on different platforms, which is why what we call cross-platform. My third reason for choosing this game is that uh, anyone can play it, no matter their age or how experienced they are with video games. Um, Children can play it since there's no vulgarity or violence involved. It's just a soccer game with cars, like I said. Um, Even beginners can play it. They can simply push a button for acceleration and arrows, and they will still handle themselves. They will be able to hit the ball and at least play the game in its basics. So those are my three reasons for why I picked this game. Now moving on to some suggestions for use in classrooms. Um, I think that this game can be used as a good icebreaker. Say you're a teacher and you have 18 new students that have never met, and you want them to bond as fast as possible and to feel comfortable together in class. So you can divide them into teams of three. So you will have 6 teams, and each team has 3 players. And you can have them play 3 games. For each game, you have 2 teams playing. And in 15 minutes or less, everyone will have played at least one game together, and that will help them bond. And you can turn this into a classroom tradition and even involve rewards if you like. Um, my second suggestion is using this game to teach students about teamwork, since it's a team game, and the better players are at teamwork, the higher their chances for winning. So, for most goals that get scored in the game, there's usually one player who's crossing or assisting, and another player shoots the ball. Meanwhile, if if there are three players involved, third player would be defending or serving as backup. So it's important for players to assume these different roles and to do so autonomously. My third suggestion is using this game to teach learners about gravity and even engineering and astrodynamics, since well, it's cars that are moving in the game, and they also behave like rockets, hence the aerodynamics part. Despite its appearance, the physics of the game are actually realistic. Uh, so it takes you good knowledge of how a car works and how a rocket works in order to be able to move properly in the game and conduct uh, the maneuvers you actually intend to do. My fourth suggestion is using this game to teach learners how to code. Something pretty cool that the developers of this game have done is that they actually intentionally made it possible for players to create their own bots. You code this bot and you tell it how to play, and it plays for you. And the more complicated this code is, the better it's gonna play. And this video actually does a better job at explaining it than I can. In this video, he's using Python to write a code, and then he can actually test the code in the game. There are also competitions for how players can code these bots. Um, so they compete against each other and see whose bot is better. It's pretty cool that the game developers made this possible without uh, endangering the safety of the game from cheaters. Now, when it comes to how this game is related to pre-existing literature and readings, the game is fun, so it can boost motivation, it can boost engagement among learners, players can talk to each other in the game, so there's language practice involved thanks to voice chat and also uh, normal chat. Finally, like I said, there's teamwork involved, so players can develop player cooperation skills. This is it for this first video on digital-based game learning. Thank you.